Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And today I'm going to talk about a cultural phenomenon that exists in all countries within all populations, but one that infects Filipino society worse than anywhere else I've ever seen. I'm talking about that nasty, selfish, jealous behavior called crab mentality. What is it, you ask? Well, if you put just one crab in a bucket, he can often find a way to escape. But if you put a bunch of crabs in the bucket, anytime one of them tries to free himself, the other crabs will pull him back down again. If that same crab tries another jailbreak, the other crabs will even gang up on him and break his legs. And such is the mentality here in the Philippines. Yeah, you can find jealousy and backstabbing all over the world, but live here for a while and you'll see that crab mentality has been elevated to an Olympic event. And Filipinos are world-class contortionists when it comes to wrestling each other back down into the bucket so that no one escapes. In psychological terms, it's called leveling, where a person deals with envy not by trying to achieve the same level of success as the object of their jealousy, but by trying to drag him down into the mud, or in this case, the bucket of other unlucky crabs. The thing that makes Filipinos such masters of crab mentality is that almost everyone here practices it, from friends and neighbors to co-workers and family. Yup, it's not only your arch enemies that try to ruin you, it's often your closest confidants. I used to live with two roommates, both friends of mine, and one of them was slightly overweight and determined to do something about it. Just when she was starting to lose a few pounds, I noticed that a bag of Hershey's chocolate had appeared in the cupboard. Well, I knew that my overweight friend had a real weakness for chocolate, so I asked her why she put a supply of that stuff right under her own nose. I came to find out that it was my other roommate who had bought it, not eaten any of it, and was secretly hoping that the temptation would be too great for my chubby friend to resist. Perfect example of crab mentality. At the same time, I've been working as a call center agent when I was unexpectedly offered a managerial position. From the moment it was even mentioned, I became the top target on the most wanted list of offensive coworkers. Overnight, ridiculous rumors and shady innuendos began popping up like mushrooms in a pile of poop. I was sleeping with the boss. I bribed the manager. Anything to tarnish and diminish. I ended up actually turning that promotion down. It didn't pay that much better, and the office intrigue would have made my life miserable, and I knew it. Now that kind of stuff goes on everywhere, although not with the intensity that it does in the Philippines. But what you'll also find here is some weapons-grade nastiness that hurled at people, not only by their friends and family, but by complete strangers. Open a really successful business and complaints will be made to the authorities that say, you're cheating on your taxes, you don't have the proper business permits, and it'll turn out that the people complaining aren't your competitors. They're neighbors that you've never even met before. And if you're really successful in your business, you can even expect some property damage as well. Graffiti on your walls, ruined bathroom stalls, anything to slow you down and spoil your day. And what about YouTube channels? When a channel is smaller, even if it's succeeding, very few people bother to attack it. My channel started out with exactly the same format and style that I use now, and I haven't changed a thing since then. I got a few haters right off the bat, as you expect, but most people were very encouraging and polite, sending me emails with good advice about how to make my lighting and audio better, how I could get a green screen, and telling me what a breath of fresh air I was. But now, I can't even count how many times I get messages telling me I'm ugly, how stupid my videos are, how my ears are too big, and lies about me having children, dating other YouTubers, that I'm pregnant, and not really from a very poor family. Basically, everything you can think of, and some you probably can't. Now you might say, well, of course, as your number of viewers grows, it just makes sense that your number of haters will grow too. But it's the percentage of trolls in the garden that's the relevant thing. Why is the ratio increasing? Because of crab mentality. Yes, folks, I have crabs. Crabs that try to pinch and bite and drag me down into their bucket of briny water. They won't succeed or even slow me down, but it's their mentality we're discussing, and it permeates the YouTube community as well. Why go to the trouble of elevating yourself when you can just stare someone else down? Now, fortunately, in my case, they're easy to deal with. I have a tough hide, and I'm not bothered one little bit when someone says I have an ugly nose or I dress like a hooker. I know what they're doing, and part of me actually feels sorry for them. Well, a really tiny part maybe. I just treat my crabs like gremlins, who, as everyone knows, hate the light of day.
No. He hates bright lights. You know, there's some things I forgot to tell you guys, and they're really important. You gotta keep him out of the sunlight. Sunlight will kill him.
So when someone tries to insult me using a pseudo-logical argument, I just drag their comment into the light and destroy them in an open debate for all to see. I'm a Warai girl, remember? And we don't back down from a good fight. When someone tries a petty insult, like telling me how fat I've become, I remember Gremlin rule number 2.
Number 2, keep him away from water. Don't give him any water to drink. And whatever you do, don't give him a bath.
I don't give this type of comment any water to grow by trying to respond. It's pointless. And everyone that sees him knows the motivation of the person that posted it, which only makes them look bad, not me. And what about when a gremlin spreads lies about me or my channel, sneaking around in the dead of night, planting rumors and falsehoods all over the YouTubosphere? Well, the third and final gremlin rule is perfect advice for that too.
And probably the most important thing, don't ever feed him after midnight.
Yup, I absolutely do not feed my midnight assassins by trying to defend myself, because it gives them the food or publicity that they crave in the first place. I can't prove that I'm not actually the ex-wife of Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I don't try. So who cares if people try to drag you down by constantly attacking you and attempting to derail your progress? Well, unfortunately, that kind of attitude has implications on a national level. Instead of saying, hey, I'm gonna use the success of that person to motivate myself to succeed, we do the opposite and tear them down. So what's the point of ever suggesting a better way to do something at work, a way to increase efficiency or solve a problem, when you know that everyone is gonna turn against you for trying to be better at what you do? Crab mentality creates a whole country of people who prefer indifference and mediocrity, instead of a creative, innovative society that actually improves over time. A society where success is rewarded, admired, and emulated. So how do you combat people who try to tear you down or sabotage you from the shadows? The easiest advice is just to ignore them and do your thing. But it's really important to remember that in this culture, it's often your supposed friends or family that are trying to torpedo you, and their devious methods can be hard to detect, much less ignore. So my best advice is to always listen to your own gut first. Unless you're seeking advice from a professional like a doctor or a lawyer, why believe that anyone else's comments or advice are any better than your own? If you ask your friend what she thinks about the new dress you bought, and she says, it's just too revealing and sexy, chances are, she thinks it makes you look hotter than her, and she's jealous that you have the body to pull it off. What's important is what you think about the dress. If your neighbor tells you that your idea about opening a restaurant on a busy corner is risky and foolish, be prepared to watch him open one on the same spot when you hesitate. I'm really sorry that it's like that here, but you and I both know I'm just telling it like it is. Well, that's it for today, folks. Try to keep yourselves crab-free till our next meeting, when I'll have something else to make you think, laugh at, or cry about. You just never know. Till next time. They said, what? Give me a break. So now I'm married to a real estate billionaire from Chicago? Where did they get this stuff? Yesterday I was a divorced mother of 3 from the slums of Hong Kong. So I don't know how that makes any sense. Oh yeah, I'm such an e-beggar. I love that one. Show me one place where I've ever asked for so much as a peso, despite the fact that a lot of other channels actually do ask for stuff. Yeah, right. I'm a crazy cat lady that lives with a bunch of stray animals. Oh, wait a minute. That one's true. Hold on. You just got a text message that said I'm a prostitute? That just does YouTube on the side? Okay, now they're really getting out of control. And another text that said, what? Okay, that's just sick. And I know it's just jealousy, but why would somebody sink to that level just to make me look bad? Hey, what number did that text come from? I know it doesn't have a name, but maybe I can trace the number. 905-428-77... Mom! If you think about it, I'm kind of like a pirate, helping you navigate the tricky waters of Filipino culture and dating, and telling you how to find your first mate. Are you gonna listen to just anyone, or trust your Captain P to lead you to the booty? And you best be hitting that like button, subscribing to me channel, and hitting that notification bell, or I'll shiver your timbers and cut off your jib. And while we be sailing, why not feast your eyes on me other videos too? And yes, I'm a real pirate. I've got the sunken chest to prove it.